Sturt are trying to avoid an 0-3 start to the season, while Seacombe try to win their third game in 4. Welcome to South Australia. Welcome to West Beach at the home of softball, home of the national champion SA Stars. It's live Premier League action here thanks to Spacequake Sports and Softball SA. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching. My name's Eric Ballnar. I'm joined by James Harris and Steph Trzynski. Steph, Sturt, we don't often say they're winless to start a season. 0-2, back-to-back losses. It happens time to time. But 0-3, it feels like a little bit of a hole. Is it too early to panic for the Sturt Falcons?
I mean, look, I wouldn't say it's panic territory for them, but you definitely want to get some points on the board earlier in the season because we've seen how tight the scoreboard's been in that March the last few years, and it'll come down to runs and against, and it'll come down to games that may have been lost or won early in October. So not early enough to panic, but definitely want to get on the board.
James, it feels like just a few years ago, well, because it was, that Seacombe had won just one game in a Premier League season, and they started a little bit of a rise up and up the table. Centered around a star import, Regan Diaz. We'll see her tonight. And last year, they lost in the grand final. This year, wanting to return back to that championship game. They're 2-1. They've used a couple big innings in those wins to propel themselves to victory, but Seacombe are looking confident and solid.
Yeah, very good team, the Seacombe Tigers. On paper, they've won 2 games out of the 3 that they've already played, including against last year's premiers Walkerville and third place team Port Adelaide. So a couple of big scalps already this start of this season. You said it, Regan Diaz. She's got to be the highlight player for Seacombe in their lineup, and they've got a couple of extra talented players within their lineup as well. Becky Havis with the bat, Alyssa Charter-Smith, a pocket rocket in the circle for him. But I think this game's probably going to be tighter than what a lot of people think.
Well, you take a look at the starting 5 in the starting 9 for Sturt in the lineup. Sarah Tonkin, Rachel Tonkin, Belle White, Maddie Cameron, and Ashlyn Wilson. All elite-level players at the top 5. All of them, well, most of them have at least a couple hits already on the season, batting around that 400 mark. But Sturt have only scored 3 runs in 2 games. What is going on, Steph Trzynski?
I think you'll find with Sturt, they're getting back on ball, but it's only been two games so far. I personally witnessed the game against Walkerville the other week out at CDSA. Magnificent environment it was out there. So many balls hit real hard straight to players. So early on in the season, stats never lie, but there's always more to the story.
After Wilson at 5, it's Jordan Lee batting 6, Lauren Jury 7, Abby Weir batting 8, and Eleanor Morris batting 9th. A couple key outs in the lineup, including star young pitcher Ollie Durham. She's out ill tonight, and Jade Peterson not dressed in the uniform tonight, so she won't be in the circle. They'll hand the ball over to Caitlin Burks, Nay Tobin. She'll be in the circle for Sturt, but over for Seacombe on their starting 9, they'll lead off with Regan Diaz, Nalia Rigby batting 2, Brienne Lint batting 3, Becky Havis batting 4, Abby Mossman 5, Sasha Mutzi 6, Alyssa Charter-Smith 7, Hannah Cameron 8, Georgia Tompkinson and 9. But Alyssa Charter-Smith, she's from New South Wales. She is a return college player. She represents WA on the state in national championships, and she's playing Premier League in South Australia, and she's batting 7. Pretty handy college player to have 7th in your lineup of Seacombe. They're not like Seacombe of old. They've got top-to-bottom power in that lineup.
Yeah, she's a really handy pickup for them, and I think you'll find with Charter-Smith in the circle, Seacombe are going to be competitive in every single game. She brings her absolute energy. She brings her A-game every game, and she's going to do her best to keep Seacombe every game, give her hitters a chance to score some runs and win a game.
They've also got Regan Diaz, who can come in and pitch as well. These are 2, on paper, pretty evenly matched teams. James, what's going to be the difference on a night like tonight, cold, windy, a little bit wet in West Beach?
Yeah, for those that don't know, there was a hell of a lot of work going on in the hours leading up to this game to ensure that this game went ahead, with the Diamond 2 game being postponed to tomorrow night.
Second straight rain out, second week in a row on Diamond 2.
But so it's going to be soft out there. So it's going to be the team that handles the conditions the best. It looks magnificent on camera right now, and well done to the grounds crew, the volunteers, and some of the players from Seacombe as well came out to help set up. Soft underfoot, so whoever handles the conditions. Eric, to answer your question, did I get there in the end?
Yeah, I like it. And that's Alyssa Charter-Smith. You see in the circle, she just spent 4 years over in the United States at university, finishing off at East Central. She's in the circle. She will keep teams close in games, and that's going to be a big advantage for the Seacombe Tigers. She is throwing to Abby Mossman in behind the plate. Last year it was Neely Peterson, the catcher. I believe she's coming back from what I hear a bit later in the season. So. Abby Mossman taking catching duties for now as Seacombe try to start the season 3-4. There's Becky Havis. She was a breakout player last year. She was a breakout player a few years ago, but took the game to a new level. You saw it in the finals as well. Over to you, your play-by-play caller, James Harris.
Well, Becky Havis was our play of the game, powered by Easton in game number 1, and Alyssa Charter-Smith was our carve player of the game. She picked up a voucher to the Aqaba Hotel Sporties Bar, so very special thank you to our sponsors, and you're going to hear about Carve throughout the evening. Here's pitch number 1, Alyssa Charter-Smith to Sarah Tonkin. Watches that one down the middle for a called strike. Umpires for tonight, Toby Sadler behind the plate, Nikki Wong at first and Ian Gray at third. We'll get to the scorers in a sec. Away, foul ball for Tonkin. She goes behind in the count. Scoring tonight, Marcy Trzynski, Kay Bendel. And as we mentioned, the other game that was due to be played tonight, Walkerville versus the top of the table Hills Heat, meant to be on Diamond 2, will be played tomorrow night. You can probably catch it on the iScore out of the Adelaide Softball Association Facebook page. This one misses on the outside edge. And Steph Charter-Smith, new to the competition, but probably not new to you. You've seen her around the traps.
Yeah, definitely had a few run-ins, I suppose, with her. Nah, she's played quite a bit of ball herself. As she catches Tonkin's upstairs, swinging for the first strike out of the ball game.
Yeah, nice pitch. She's got ahead of the count and then didn't give Tonkin anything. Going upstairs for the first strike out of the game. Here's a look at the MC Sportswear replay.
Pretty textbook setup there, you can see by Mossman, and Charter-Smith started with a called strike, went up again for that inside rise ball, went away and then came back up and in.
Just missing the outside edge.
Significantly, that was just Sturt's 5th strikeout of the season. They'd only struck out 4 times in their first 2 games. The next closest, 8 from Hills in 2 games. And after that, everybody's sort of in those mid to high teens.
That's Sturt, though, isn't it? That you look over the history of the stats, they're not a high strikeout team, so every defence has to work. Rachel Tonkin, swing and a miss.
Well, when you combine Sturt, who have had really good success getting the ball in play, the flip side of that, you've got Charter-Smith, who's already in her 3 games got 24 strikeouts on the season. Wow. So she's leading the charge there already. So
leading the competition in strikeouts.
That would be correct.
Who's second? Anyone know?
There's a few people.
And 25 strikeouts now in game number 4. It's an impressive start for Charter-Smith.
Trying upstairs again, but just a little off the plate. Rachel Tonkin will go full. In the 10th season of Spacequake Sports. Have a look at that split screen. Producer Brandon got that down pat now. Oh, just low, just missing. And Rachel Tonkin is aboard. She's the first base runner of the game.
I think you can see on that pitch, it might have been a bit of a missed pitch there. You can see Mossman probably wasn't prepared to take that pitch down, which would have made it harder probably for Sadler to also see that pitch.
Always trouble with or without a base runner, but here's Belinda White.
Yeah, an important base runner all of a sudden for Sturt. The inning complexion just totally changes when Belle White comes to the plate with nobody on base versus Belle White with somebody on base and 1 out.
In this scenario, James, you've seen Belle just attempt a running bunt. Do you come in as a corner or do you sit back?
Well, she nearly shaped to do it again, and she's got the coaching duties tonight with Coach Adams back home in Pirrie, so maybe she's put it on herself to advance the runner, but 2 attempts, 1-1 count. Oh, I'm swinging away. as she does, swing and a miss. So Jada Smith right where she wants her, ahead of the count. Linda White, a couple of back-to-back 500 seasons, and then she had a little bit of time off last year.
Well, Sturt's offense hasn't been all that productive early, but Bell is 2 for 5. She's been on base with a walk. She's got an RBI. She's kind of kept him in game. She's kind of pulled her weight in terms of getting on and moving people over.
Nice pitching, Charter Smith, and that's a massive scalp for the young pitcher. High fives all around. Both outs have been strikeouts.
Cool as a cucumber out there too. Look at her. As we see here on the replay, that was a fantastic pitch by Charter Smith. Absolutely just peppered that outside corner.
Credit to the catcher as well for having the spot right on it.
Yeah, Mossman has just absolutely stood up, done such a good job already. Hasn't been back there regularly in a while, but absolute credit to her. She's stood up, done such a great job for Seacombe already.
Just trying to work out the bat that Maddie Cameron's got in her hand. I thought it was the OG Ghost, but it looks like
it's the new Ghost.
Wow.
It's a fresh off the shelf, I think.
Did she have a $50 voucher for having the play of the game to go towards that? Or
That would be helpful.
power play. Easton late on it, but gets it to the right side. Nice play from Georgia Tonkinson. The youngster gets dirty on the knees, throws the glove out.
I think what was so impressive about that is Georgia did such a good job to get the ball, but then also to get up on your knees and make the throw. Like, it is really hard to make that transition, and she did such a good job of that. That ball was hit hard.
Didn't panic either. She knew that she still had to get up, recover to make a play, and managed to make the out. She should be a contender for that play of the game powered by Easton. We'll have to keep that one in mind.
You did say who can handle the conditions the best. It's a bit of a softer ground out there. Maybe the ball isn't rolling as quick as it normally does, but that usually just adds up to who plays better defense, and that usually starts in the middle with that second and short. And probably on paper, you'd probably look and say, yeah, the experienced Rachel Tonkin and Belle White, but early on, you got young Georgia Tompkinson making a play that may have prevented a run, depending what happened next.
Yeah, and it's probably really firm in between the pitcher and home plate, so you might see some bounces, but then as you get past the pitcher's plate, it starts to get really soft. And I've seen Rachel Tonkin with her warm-ups, she's trying to get her footing there, and Belle's actually in front of the soft spot there, so you know she gets a hard ground ball, it might die on her, so it's important to keep low. It's not going to bounce very much. And we've got a change already.
Yeah, it's Eleanor Morris that is going to be in the circle. Steph, you kind of called this off air before it even started, but Eleanor Morris taking the circle. Not Caitlin Burks, who was on the lineup given to us at the start of the game. What do we know about Eleanor Morris?
Yeah, they've done the old list your second pitcher as the starting pitcher, so I think that potentially if Eleanor comes out of the game, Caitlin can come in. But Eleanor came in against Walkerville last week. Out at CDSA, did a really good job through just under 3 innings, held Walkerville scoreless, and only gave up 2 hits in those 3 innings to a really strong Walkerville side. So kept herself really cool, just did a job out there, used a really phenomenal defense, and she's going to do really well as long as she hits those corners of the plate and gets Seacombe to hit to her fielders. I'm excited to see where she goes.
It is a big-time defense behind her. Over at third, Ashlyn Wilson. Belle White, the Olympian, at short. Rachel Tonkin, the experienced arm, over at second. Abby Weir at first. Sarah Tonkin catching. That's someone nice to throw to as well. And in the outfield, Lauren Jury, Maddie Cameron, and Jordan Lee. But that is a pretty solid infield behind this young pitcher.
The whole defense.
Yeah.
Here's Nor Morris. First one down in the dirt. Nice block there from Tonkin. And for those that haven't seen them, how good are the new unis for the Falcons this year with the pinstripe?
Yeah, they look fantastic. I can't wait to see the pants as well, but I'll settle for just the tops because they look so phenomenal for now.
Well, James, I'm not too sure it's definitely not a coincidence that the rise of the Seacombe Tigers sort of really catapulted when Regan Diaz arrived in the country as their import player.
Yeah, phenomenal. Been away with the Stars team for 2 years and likely to suit up again this year. Had a little trouble with some visa issues before she arrived and before she got them sorted, and so missed the first game. What was that, Steph? She got her swinging.
Yeah, got her swinging on that check swing, who we see on the replay. Oh, it looks like her hands may have broke a little bit there, so good call by first base umpire Nikki Wan. That's a great start for Nor Morris, especially against Sturt's powerhouse leadoff hitter in Regan Diaz.
Absolutely. Huge raps on Nor Morris now that she's got that scalp, and she just goes straight back to work. This is Nalia Rigby.
Yeah, 2 for 5 to start the season for Nalia Rigby, and obviously earning the confidence to be put at number 2 in the batting lineup of a team that went to the grand final last year. We have a lefty presence on that side of the box.
Our first broadcast of this 10th season, thanks to Spacequake Sports, was she was batting in the 2 spot already, which to me says that she put in a heck of a pre-season and earned her spot. Handy to have a left-hand batter as well, batting at 2. Swings at that one, and this is shaping up to be a good battle between 2 youngsters.
Oh, that was a great pitch right on that inside corner to a lefty, which is a great spot as well, because you often see lefties try and sort of pull that ball down the line. Just missed that, maybe a little bit in, a little bit low. Rigby is quite tall, looks like it's slotted in just below the kneecaps.
Base on balls for Rigby. So she's on base again, Eric. So that's a good start for this youngster, for the Tigers.
And we see the exact same start that Sturt had offensively, defensively. A strikeout and a walk.
This is an important outright here with Brianne Lint coming up to bat. She's 1 for 6 on the season. She's scored a couple of times. She's a college player as well. But important because Becky Havis is lurking on deck, and she's started off hot to this season as well. You don't want to tempt fate with 2 runners on base.
Favourable breeze as well for a big hitting right-hander here at West Beach tonight on magnificent Ghana land.
It's amazing that we're even playing softball tonight, James. Well done to the whole crew for getting this field ready to go.
Bunt laid down, drops dead in front of the plate, makes it easy for Tonkin. The second play's there, the throw goes over the head. Rigby's got a score from first. Sacrifice bunt from Lint scores Rigby, and the Tigers are away. Here's the MC Sportswear replay. Have a look at the first plays made. Rachel Tonkin probably threw it out of the fingers.
Yeah, you can see that Sarah Tonkin did a good job picking the ball up, getting it out. Ling came down to field the bunt, scurried back to her base. You can see her on the frame, and Rachel just kind of stutter stepped to try and make the throw. Ling was there in time, but it is hard to throw when there's not a target there. So it just sort of fell out of her fingers, and Rigby did not break stride running around second base at all. She was looking at third the whole way, and it really paid off there. Yeah.
You got to take care of the softball. And an innocent-looking bunt ends up being, well, not so innocent. It's 1-0.
Hard hit ball straight back to Morris, who knocks it down, recovers, and Havis beats it out. Let's have a look at the replay there. The bounce just up the wrist of Morris. She recovers. This angle might show it better. Hot shot straight back at her.
Scored an error on that play.
Oh, that was pretty close, wasn't it?
Good second effort.
Yeah, absolutely. That ball was hit pretty hard. A little bit tough, I think, on Nor to go down as an error, but credit to Becky to hit the ball hard.
Here's Abby Mossman with the runner on 1. There's 2 outs, though, this time. Mossman puts a charge into one right side. It drops in fair. Havas makes it to third. And Sturt might have to have a bit of a chat here because they've been leaving some bases open as well. Here's a look at the MC Sportswear replay, but during that bunt, third base was left open. In that last hit, second base was left open. So if Havas had felt so inclined, she could have turned one, although that was a back play there. But have a look at this one here. Second base left open.
I think you see Bell was just outside the screen there, though. So I think while she wasn't on the base, she was lined up pretty close. So.
Well, that one tight on the line as well. So a safe hit in the books for Mossman. We've got runners at the corners. Speed up for Mossman as the catcher is Reagan Diaz, and she lit up the stats with stolen bases the last 2 seasons. So the aggressive running from the Tigers might continue here.
I do note that Diaz is the 4th hitter up, so I think she's all right to be out there. But only just by the skin of her teeth.
Within the next 4? Well, it's a correctable play, so they could challenge it, but they'll just get another runner in, I guess. Takes off on the pitch, and inside pitch is hard for...
She looked like she got a bit stuck there, didn't she, Diaz?
Yeah, it's very soft out there.
I think she knows it too.
She looked like lightning off the base, but she didn't seem to glide along the ground here. You can see on the replay.
The legs go up.
There's a little scorpion action out there at 2B tonight.
Hard hit ball to the backhand side of Wilson. Fires it across for the third out. Nice play from Wilson to get the Falcons out of a bit of a jam after they gave up one, and then an error followed up by a single from Mossman. A stolen base to Diaz with 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the MC Sportswear replay.
Well, James and Steph, so happy that you can be here calling all this softball action here live on beautiful Ghana land. But what's great about these broadcasts is they're all community funded this year by sponsors and community members who have put their hands up to make sure we are continuing our coverage into the 10th year. And Sturt bringing aboard Safeguard Insurance Brokers. So the Adelaide Premier League brought to you by Safeguard Insurance Brokers. They're your local legends in business protection, and when life throws you a curveball, they've got the coverage to keep your business swinging for success. From property to liability, they've got tailor-made solutions to fit your game plan, and when it's claim time, it's game time. They step up and handle the paperwork and fight to get you the best outcome so you can stay focused on winning. Visit sib.com.au today. Safeguard Insurance Brokers, because even champions need a strong defense.
Brilliant.
Some good baseball puns from Safeguard.
Yeah. Softball even.
Good softball, yeah.
First pitch of the top half of the second inning to Ashlyn Wilson out of Western Australia, doing some work for Softball SA this year in Port Pirie. So hello to anyone who is watching from Port Pirie. Wilson fouls that one off, has gone away with an Aussie squad to the Canada Cup, has played a little ball at college in the States.
I was on Ashlyn's team in Canada.
Canada Cup. Is
Yeah.
that the event that you won an outfielder of the tournament?
That was the one.
So 2 WA teammates facing off right here, and Charter Smith and Wilson.
Little smile there from Charter Smith. It was a fantastic pitch, but that's that like pitcher's pitch where she's hit it, absolutely nailed a spot. Gets rewarded for it there. Nailed a spot, but nailed it so well that she didn't actually throw the strike.
2-2. You can't get them all, Steph.
You can't get them all.
You can try.
Hard hit ball to the right side. It's going to drop short of the right fielder, Hannah Cameron, and Wilson's aboard with a single.
Well, this is interesting because the top of the lineup, Tonkin, White, Cameron, and Wilson, have now combined for 10 hits on the year, and we're at the start of game number 3. The 6, 7, 8, 9 in the lineup for Sturt on the season have combined for exactly 0 hits on the year. This is probably where the game's going to be won or lost for Sturt.
Bunt laid down from Lee. Charter Smith has to wait for Tompkinson to cover first base, but the sacrifice bunt has been executed, and defensively the out has been made. So Wilson into scoring position. Here's the MC Sportswear replay. Nice bunt.
Textbook bunt there by Jordan.
And now you've got Jury, Weir, and Morris up to bat, which brings up that age-old saying.
7, 8, 9?
When 7, 8, 9 get it done, that's how games are won. I'm going to get that tattoo.
I was going to tee it up for you after you really delivered it for me on a platter. But thanks, Eric.
But it is the same for Seacombe as well. They have had some production at the top of the lineup. You look at DS, 1 hit, and we know what she can do. Rigby's got 2 hits on the year, Havis 3. But only 1 hit combined out of 22 at-bats from the bottom 3 in Seacombe's lineup. So it's kind of a similar story for both teams. Whichever bottom of the lineup turns it around.
1-1 count, that one just missing. So 2-1 for Lauren Jury. And you mentioned top of the show, Eric, how this game going to be won. Well, that's your take on it, definitely. And you could be spot on. 7, 8, 9, get it done. That's how games are won. It's not as snappy as repeat of earlier message.
No. But not much can be.
And who can forget our great mate Lee Hull, who was the voice of our broadcast for a number of years. We miss him dearly, and he was a big part of the 10 years that we've been going on Space Wake Sports. Swing and a miss upstairs again for Charter Smith. Shake of the head from the pitcher, Steph. Not happy with the third strikeout of the game?
I wouldn't read too far into it. It's a great pitch there. You can see she hits the corner, goes up high. Pitchers do some weird things out there, James. Don't read too far into what happens.
Wilson, big lead off at second base, called strike on Abby Weir.
Been kind of fun the last couple of weeks watching these Australian pitchers that go to college and come back, and they just seem to have a bit more of a confident aura about them. Michaela Yankovic last week looked really confident in the circle. Charter Smith coming back as well.
Fake bunt, steal third. The throw to the shortstop. Sasha Mutzi gets away. Rigby's backing up, but the throw's not in time. It's cut off, actually, as Wilson slides in to tie the game. Great aggressive softball from both teams. Aggressive running the bases. Let's have a look at the MC Sportswear replay.
You can see the way Ashlyn slides in there too. She's actually slid in facing the outfield, so she can see straight away without having to look for the coach where that ball's gone. She never takes her eyes off the ball, goes straight for it. Ball doesn't even line up towards home plate. I'm not sure. Maybe they weren't expecting her to go. But fantastic base running by Ling there.
It's great insight from Steph Brzezinski.
Yeah, interesting with 2 out that the defense might fall for that, but they've probably done the right thing, the Tigers, in the end. But Ling was up to the task, and she managed to get 2 bases on the play, tying the game up as Abby Weir fouls that one off.
Both teams scoring in remarkably similar fashion.
Both teams with 1 hit each. Both went to right field, led off the start of the game the same way with strikeout walk, and both teams have sacrificed bunts. It's shaping up to be a very interesting matchup, and it's early doors. Full count for Weir. Swing and a miss, and Charter Smith ring it up. That is strikeout number 4 for the game.
4 strikeouts already. That could put her in contention for the Carve Eyewear Player of the Game. And Carve Eyewear jumping on board with Seacombe to help get these broadcasts off and running in Spacequake's 10th year of covering softball. And yeah, these Carve Eyewears, they look pretty cool. I know you were trying on a couple pairs earlier, Steph, and yeah, they deliver. They look good, and they deliver first-class performance for athletes chasing their best game. they're made by high-performance athletes and high-performance people in a high-performance industry, so they're engineered with precision and built for those tough challenges. And you know how, like, think about those challenges you have in a national championship, Steph. The sun is probably the big one, right? I don't know, the sun, where you want good sunglasses for them, but yeah, it's dusty, it's, you know, it can be rainy one second, windy the next, hot, cloudy, whatever it is, but they've got those impact-resistant lenses and anti-glare technology, so it's perfect for Australia's softball players. Stay sharp, stay protected, and see the difference with Carve. Visit carve.com.au, and yeah, pretty reasonably priced as well for pretty high-quality glasses.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that I've spoken about this to some of my other teammates, that I can't believe I went so long in my juniors without wearing sunglasses. Now that I'm a little bit older, my eyes have seen a bit more. I'm so hyper aware of having good eye protection, especially when a sport like us, we're out in the sun as much as what we are.
Someone's going to be getting a free pair of sunnies from Carve today, but they're going to have to earn it.
Yeah, I've got my eye on them. Can they be earned from the commentary booth?
Ground ball to second base. Nice play from Rachel Tonkin. That is Charlotte Smith. She won round one's player of the game, Carve player of the game. She also picked up a Sporties Bar $30 voucher thanks to the Arca Bar, and she's the first out here in the home half of the second inning.
Could you imagine going perfect through 2 games and then introducing the sponsor for a performer of the game?
Got to be on TV to get the Carve player of the game. I did see you on TV. I was watching.
See what?
I saw you on TV. You were sitting in the dugout.
Oh. Yeah, having a little rest. Early days.
Hannah Cameron up to that.
Nice pitch, just missing off speed on that one.
Yeah, look a little bit.
Yeah, wait till you see the Carve sunglasses after the game. They'll be presented to the Carve player of the game. One with the voucher to Sporties Bar.
I wonder if we
foul ball.
Wonder if we should have dangled this in front of the girls before the game. Maybe that would have they would have really dug deep.
Well,
for this to be the game.
Just focus that a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is our third broadcast of the season so far, and we've been presenting prizes to the player of the game and the play of the game. Play of the game is powered by Eastern Australia. So lots to play for here. Not only just for the win, or it could be a clash of the 2 senior players in this lineup. Maddie Cameron, the centre fielder, and Belinda White, the shortstop. They're both checking in with one another. Hannah Cameron will get aboard safely. Let's have a look at the Eastern Sportswear replay. Eric, you might even check over the scorer's shoulder to see if it's marked red or green.
Yeah, it looks like neither of them took their eyes off that. And I think a little bit of a miscue that you wouldn't expect from either of them. I think they're having a bit of a laugh about it for now, but I think deep down they'll be devastated that they couldn't help their pitcher out Nor and snag that catch.
A bunt attempt from Tonkinson, and with 1 out, we've got Hannah Cameron on first base. Eric, a hit.
Which is big, right? That's the 8-hitter, and if there's no double play here, or even Tompkinson gets on, it turns it over to exactly who you want up at the dish with a runner on base in a close game in Diaz.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The tactic that you might play, do you want the batter to maybe hit into a double play because Diaz is such a threat, or do you even consider walking her to get to the younger batter batting 2, or you just
I think it depends what happens here, doesn't it?
Yeah, with 1 out.
This is a classic case of your 9-hitter being so important. 7, 8, 9.
Get it done?
That's the one.
Nice shot. Goes into the alley. Runner's going to turn 2 for 3. Tompkinson's going to stand up at 2. The throw from the cut-off player, Belinda White. Perfect throw. Nails the throw. The tag made by Tonkin as Cameron dives in head first. Is the second out of the inning. Let's have a look at the MC Sportswear replay. Jordan Lee picks it up from right field. Double from Tompkinson. out of screen is Belinda White. Throw comes
that was
in.
a missile.
Here's a great angle. Nice take from Tonkin as well. 2 out.
I still like it when coaches get aggressive and send runners around on third. One, it's exciting, but two, like a lot has to happen right for this play to come off, right? Like it has to be a perfect throw to the cutoff.
Diaz goes right side, foul ball.
It has to be a perfect throw to the cutoff, and then the cutoff has to throw a strike, and then the catcher has to take it, and then they have to get, like, there's a lot that has to happen for this play to happen. So, yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, and maybe you say don't send when you've got Regan Diaz coming up to bat, but I still like them trying to take the game on, try to put a digit on the board, and get aggressive.
There's definitely been lots of aggressive running between that and Ling
It's
running
on brand.
home. And also Rigby earlier in that first inning. The name of the game has been aggressive running.
Hindsight's 20/20, but I'd like to see it again, you know?
Yeah.
So for those scoring at home, that's a double to Tompkinson and then a 9-6-2
I love it.
for the put out at home.
That could be the Easton play of the game.
Well, especially if it becomes a one-run game. Absolutely. And you'll notice that in that particular setup, normally you'd probably have your second base take that cut or your first base, but with the leadership that Bell shows and the arm that she's got, she's cut across and she's taking that to be able to make that throw.
I don't have 3 vouchers. Nice hit and a great take from Belinda White. A screaming line drive to the backhand side for White, and she keeps her calm, takes a good catch, an inning-ending catch. Let's have a look at the MC Sportswear replay and how important is that play at the plate now.
Well, how's the bounce back from Bell? Like that rare, you called it, right? It was a rare miscommunication between Maddie Cameron and Bell White, who have played how many hours together on the same softball field? And then all of a sudden, Bell's in the center of a 9-6-2 putout that saves a run, and then a line drive that's scorched right at her. It's just, yeah, you don't quit on the inning, and nothing's just a 0 at the end of the day on the scorebook. Big thanks once again to all of our sponsors. We have different sponsors for all the different clubs that have come to the table to try to get these live streams off the board today. It's Safeguard Insurance Brokers from Sturt and Carve from Seacombe. More on them a little later on in the broadcast.
Thanks so much to those in the softball community helping out as well. What's that, 5 out of the 6 clubs?
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
I think a 6th is coming by all reports. So there's still time to step up on board. And if you want to get these streams going on a Saturday as well, they are possible. You can reach out to the Spacequake or Softball SA team, and I'm sure those conversations can be had to expand coverage. But we are grateful. We're here in year 10.
David at spacequake.com.au. For any interested parties wanting to sponsor the live stream, maybe start the Saturdays up again. I'd love to bring you the action. Top of the 3rd inning underway. What was the change? Did anyone pick that up?
I have some friends in high places. We can get the change in just a minute.
Nor Morris
the scores are
is the pitcher for the Falcons. She's batting 9 and bat in hand to Charter Smith. Swing and a miss. The away side Sturt Falcons tonight have had 8 batters. This is their 9th, and the Seacombe Tigers have had 10 to the plate in this game. It's a 1-all ball game after 2 complete innings.
Charter Smith already up to 4 strikeouts through 8 hitters. You'll notice a very similar pattern to all hitters. She starts low, gets ahead, then just climbs that ladder. Pretty textbook, a lot of rise ball tonight. So coming through that second time in lineup, or nor seeing 2 innings already. You can see she lays off that rise ball there. Might want to adjust straight away to see if they can get their hands on top of the ball. The one hit that Ling did have was a rise ball that she just sort of took her hands to and took it right side.
So it looks like Tash Mays is in at second base now instead of Georgia Tompkinson. I'm not too sure.
Looks like Georgia's still out there.
Georgia's still at 2. Maybe for Hannah Cameron.
Maybe she was the runner.
There was a head clash.
So 95. Yeah, so is that Hannah Cameron?
Yeah, playing right field.
Yeah, that was did look pretty gnarly.
Yeah, so it's the concussion rule.
Yeah.
The injury rule.
I did think if I'd saw that in a NCAA college game, it might have been ruled differently.
Okay. Base on balls for the 9-hitter. You never walk the lead-off. And
that's a cardinal sin.
And you never walk the 9-hitter, right? So it's a double cardinal sin.
That's a double whammy. Especially with the likes of Tonkin, White, Cameron coming up.
Aggressively after the first pitch goes foul. Did you confirmation on a concussion? Is that
the concussion rule? So I think they've got, from my understanding, is there's 2 innings that they have to come back in. So it's a concussion protocol.
Checking if it's a concussion.
So that means it's not an official change.
So family and friends watching, we're checking. We're just making sure she's okay. And
so it allows us to put a player in without burning her and then potentially come back to Tash later on in the game and use her.
Into the karaoke it goes. Sarah Tonkin's aboard with a single. Runners at 1 and 2. And the Falcons putting in a threat here early in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, which more on that, just similar to the blood rule, right? Like you have a couple innings to get back in after the incident occurs. So, yeah, I mean, I like that mechanism, right? It means that you don't have to force a player to play on so much as that has happened in concussions in sport, right? You feel like you have to keep playing, so you keep playing when you shouldn't. So we don't know what's going on, but...
Bunt's laid down. Becky Havas comes down for what is relatively routine for her. Surprisingly, there was no dive and attempt for a double play from Becky Havas. Nice bunt as well from Rachel Tonka. It was way inside. She managed to get her hands to the ball.
So if you were to have runners on 2nd and 3rd and 1 out and pick any part of the lineup to have a come up to bat, which part of the lineup would you choose?
Well, it would not be this one. With that said, Charter Smith did get Bell to strike out last time and got Maddie to ground out to that ball that Georgia dived for in the 1st inning. So she'd be coming into this respecting, I presume, the likes of White and Cameron, but also with a little bit of confidence knowing, actually, I've got this. And that's what I'd try to be telling myself anyway.
Well, you're not looking to put her on either, because all of a sudden you put her on and you've got Maddie Cameron due up, who has probably the most RBIs over a career out of any current player, mostly apart to Tonkin and White batting before her. Hard hit ball. Great catch from Lynn. Turns the double. Looks the 2 for the
Didn't need to.
Wow.
Far out. Well,
just like that.
Oh, my goodness. The defense.
Bang on the MC Sportswear replay. Takes
she
the
called
ball.
that like behind her body, right?
It spins her towards 3rd base. She was getting greedy, looking for the triple play. Didn't need it. And Seacombe get out of a jam.
So Bell White saves 1 run with that combination from the throw from the 9-6 to put out to save a run literally at home plate. That would have probably scored 2, right? Like that hits the line. You got runners on 2nd and 3rd. They're aggressive base running already. They're probably scoring. That saves 2 runs right there by Bree Lynch, just sticking out the mitt and making that big...
Wow. We've got some contenders right now for the play of the game, powered by Eastern Australia. Well, we've got to mark that one in, don't we?
That's
definitely a contender.
This is crazy.
We've got Belinda White up there as a contender, and
Georgia at 2.
Georgia at 2.
Yeah. Wow.
So the 9-6-2, we can't give it to the... It was a great play from Jordan Lee to Belinda White to Sarah Tonkin. We can't give it to them because we can't decide.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Right? So let's look for individual brilliance for the play of the game powered by Eastern.
I like it. Yeah, so we've narrowed it down to, 2 from there. And don't forget, it's a 1-1 tied ball game. And so you kind of figure a moment is going to be coming, hopefully in the near future, for one of these 2 teams.
Well, if we can't decide, maybe we ask those watching at home.
About the halfway point, these games are 90 minutes timed games or 7 innings, whatever comes first. No new innings after 85. We've played 40 minutes, so we're almost at the halfway mark. By the time this inning is over, we'll be halfway there, on track for 5 or 6 innings at this stage. This is Rigby, who grounds out over to short, and that will retire the first batter of the inning.
My apologies. Have a look at the MC Sportswear replay. I got a little taken away from some of the comments online. I was going to offer it out to those who are watching at home to comment on who you think the player of the game powered by Easton should be. And I can see in there that Justina Adams is watching from Sydney for work. So hello to Justina, watching her Falcons in action tonight, thanks to Spacequake Sports. Here's Bree Lind. There's one out. It is the home half of the third inning. We're tied at 1 apiece. James Harris calling the play-by-play. We've got Eric Bonner hosting and shouting out to all our great sponsors to bring you all the Premier League action. And we've got the 2-time Kath Coral medalist, the 3-time Premiership player, Steph Trzynski.
Well, Seacombe have won 2 games this season out of their 3. They won 3-2 over Port Adelaide and 4-2 over Walkerville. In both of those games, they had a big 3-run inning in Walkerville. It was a 3-run inning in the 4th. And they saved it to the last. It was the 6th inning. They scored 3 runs to come back and beat Port Adelaide 3-2.
Ground ball to Belinda White. It's a second play of the inning. And what does that make it? 5 plays so far in the game?
4 plays in a row, I think. So she had the 9-6-2, and then the next was the line out to 6, and then 6-3, 6-3. The last 4 outs have been by the hands of Belinda White. No, but I was going to say
3 assists and a put out.
that those 3 runs, those 3-run innings all came, and Becky Havis had a key RBI in each of those wins. So Seacombe obviously hoping to get bailed out by a big inning once again. Sometimes that's all it takes when you get good pitching like they have today. How about that for a shot from the Spacequake camera crew?
Right above us as well. I could almost reach it.
Were we saved by the Jill Williams Pavilion?
She's watching as well in Canberra for yet another Australian Masters Games. I think that is her 857th Australian Masters Games appearance.
Dave Muggleton's there too.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's doing some camera work and some photography work.
Nice pitch from Nor Morris. And if you haven't seen Nor Morris, she's come through the ranks here at the Sturt Falcons. She's got a pitch on Saturday at the Central Districts game. There was no action here at West Beach due to the Bay to Birdwood. They've hijacked one of the weekends in October. They used to run in September. Now, just to throw a spanner in the works.
Well, if Seacombe have won games because they've had a big inning, Sturt have come undone in their 2 losses because of a poor 4th inning. And the 4th inning, that usually comes after the 3rd, where we're at right now. They lost 6-1 to Walkerville. It was a 4-run 4th inning, and they lost 5-2 to Hills, and Hills scored 5 runs in the 4th inning. The starting pitching has kept them in games. But, yeah, just allowing runs in bunches in the 4th inning, and that is looming for Sturt.
Magnificent, Eric, as always. Great insight into what's been happening off camera on Diamond. Look at Becky's new split grip as well. It's menacing, isn't it? 3 hits already in the season. Had a hard hit, robbed of a hit, really, from those culling in the circles next to us in the home half of the 1st inning.
Yeah, she is rocking a bit of a split grip, isn't she?
Stays alive in the count. It's full. There's 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. And I just want to say thank you to Becky, to Bree Lynn as well, and to a bunch of the other Seacombe Tigers who got here a little bit earlier to help with the raking, just to get this diamond in shape and ready to go for tonight's game. So she deserves a hit here. High for a ball. Perhaps she deserves a walk for putting in the effort before the game. On twice for Havis. And the runner on timeout called, and just a chat between a couple of senior players there, White and Tonkin, just to perhaps give some encouragement as well to Nor Morris.
Abby Mossman with a hit to right field. Her last at-bat will be trying to do that again.
First pitch swinging. Nice play from Wilson. Fires it across to Abby Weir for out number 3. We remain tied after 3 complete innings here in the Softball SA Premier League, the 10th season, thanks to Spacequake Sports.
Well, one of the big broadcast partners that Sturt helped bring on board is Safeguard Insurance Brokers. And we've seen some nice defensive plays in the game today. And the ultimate coach for your business defense is Safeguard Insurance Brokers. Forget curveballs and surprise plays. They've got the coverage to keep your business swinging for the fences. Property, liability, you name it, they'll make sure that you're never caught out. When a claim comes your way, they step up to the plate, fight for you, and make sure you score the best outcome. Visit sib.com.au. Safeguard Insurance Brokers, because even champions need insurance. Thanks to Safeguard and all of our sponsors. You can see them on screen for powering these broadcasts in year number 10 for Spacequake.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you to all our sponsors. Producer Brandon, tell me you got that. We had one ball stuck in the fence. Now thanks to played up by Toby Sadler, contender for Eastern Play of the Game, or Play of the Game powered by Eastern Australia. Toby Sadler just threw that second one up there. So now we've got two balls stuck.
Was he trying to get the other one out, was he? Oh, no.
Now he's probably asking Seacombe to provide another game ball.
Yeah, Toby's.
That's exactly what he's doing.
You can see Alyssa laughing at it, too.
Well, the interesting part of this is they look like brand new cherries out of the wrapper, and you wouldn't want that, would you, as a pitcher?
Watch him just go over and try to throw it in there again to try to get both of them.
Yeah, it depends on the day, I think.
Just a big smile from Toby.
Play of the game
just
so
staring
far,
at him
powered by Eastern Australia, Toby Sadler. You saw the thumbs up there. Plays the call. Here's Maddie Cameron.
Wow.
The magnificent Maddie Cameron. Something like 14 teams of the year in a row.
What?
What?
13.
No.
Well, she's number 14
So
on her playing shirt. So this year she's got to get it too.
Well, she's 2 for 5 to start the year with a couple doubles and an RBI.
Oh, just off the end of the handle. It's going to roll foul. She'll live again.
13?
Third all-time for Team of the Year, Gongs, tied with Marnie Nichols on 13. Mel McGee in second with 15. She's actually got 16. She's got one as a coach. But sitting on top is Belinda White with 17. But Maddie Cameron's has been all in a row.
Wait, so let's put this in another perspective. Charlotte Winnett on your team, how old is she?
She's old enough to play A grade.
What, 14?
She was
this year.
under 15 team, so it would be 14.
So she's 14. So Charlotte Winnett was maybe turning 1. She was like 6 or 7 months old when Maddie Cameron made her first in a row of those Team of the Years.
Big hit straight away, center field. Backing back with a great catch as Reagan Diaz denying the big hitter from the Falcons. Another hit. Wow, that is one to watch. Defense is playing a role tonight for the Tigers.
Straight off the bat, Maddie's middle that you could see, but Regan took first step, that perfect textbook drop step for all the kids playing at home, reaches for the ball, read that so well, right in front of the Aqaba Hotel side.
Wow, another contender for Player of the Game, powered by Eastern. What's one out for the Falcons here in the top of the 4th inning? How many run-saving plays has there been already in this game?
David Muggleton from Spacequake is going to have some work cut out for him this week when he's cutting up those highlights.
I tell you what, it doesn't feel like it should be 1-1. I feel like both teams have actually scored 3 runs.
Yeah, this is a 3-3 game. This is a 3-3, 4-4 game.
Correct.
Kind of sums up Sturt's season, though. You said it at the top of the broadcast, Steph, that they're hitting balls hard and getting it in play. You think of that play, probably it was a double all day of the week, so it should be standing on second. Last inning, remember, there was a runner on second and third, Belle White up to bat, and she got all of one, but it was a line shot. Great play from Brienne Lint. Saved 2 runs.
Big hit from Ling Wilson. High and deep. It's gone over the fence. Home run from Wilson. Breaks the deadlock.
Absolute rocket from her. I think the only question was, is it going to stay fair? And it absolutely did. And we got a ball that came down from the roof too. Oh, Ling, that was fantastic.
That was crazy.
Wow.
Look at that
MC
ball.
Sportswear replay. It just goes straight over the softball SA sign.
She's 2 for 2 with a homer. Well, she scored both the runs. It's Ashlyn Wilson 2, Seacombe 1.
Have a day, Ling. Far out.
Well, this isn't her Spacequake Sports debut. She played here in Adelaide during the National Championships that were covered by Spacequake Sports, but this would have to be the highlight of her live stream career, you'd say. A home run for the Falcons in the Premier League in the 10th season of Spacequake Sports. Puts her team, the winless Falcons, into the lead against second on the table, Seacombe Tigers.
She has proven a handy pickup for the Sturt Falcons this year, didn't she?
Forecast tomorrow is 20 and sunny, and she might have a chance to walk away with some Carve eyewear to help her navigate through a sunny Thursday in Adelaide.
Just over the top of the pitcher. Mutzi has to come in. She underhands it as
Pitch the ball.
Well, she had to get rid of it in a hurry because that was in an awkward position. We spoke about it earlier. It's soft underfoot, and Jordan Lee with a single to 6. Let's have a look at the MC Sportswear replay. What's the forecast in Port Pirie? She's got to get back to Port Pirie tonight. She's working as a game development officer for Softball SA for another month.
So she might be on the field tomorrow, is what you're saying. In the field, on the field? Both?
Maybe running a clinic in Port Pirie.
Well, good.
I'm sure she'll be in the sunshine somewhere.
She'll need the Carve Sunnies.
She might need another hit, though, just to seal the deal.
Still a little bit more game to go.
Here's Lauren Jury up to bat.
Like to see how Seacombe come out and retaliate, because that fourth defensive inning for a Stir is looming, that they seem to have run into a bit of trouble with.
And still plenty of time as well. Let's not forget that with Seacombe Tigers in second place for a reason.
22 and sunny, James, and 24 and not a cloud in the sky on Saturday, our next softball game day. So it feels like a perfect time for any of these players to win.
Good day for some
performance.
carbs.
Yeah, good day for some carbs.
No clouds allowed in the sky. Jordan Lee on first. Lauren Jury in the box for the Falcons. 2-2 in this 2-1 ball game. That's a nice piece of it.
You can definitely see Sturt making some good adjustments here. That first time through, Charter Smith really had all their numbers with that rise ball. Sturt have come back and really adjusted, and you can see Ling sent the rise ball straight over the fence.
Well, did she double the Sturt Falcons strikeout tally in 8 batters for the season?
She did, indeed, in 2 innings.
And they haven't struck out since.
Yeah, the second time through the lineup, they've been pretty good. Obviously, Sarah Tonkin had the hit. Then there was the bunt. Belle White would have been a hit if it weren't for a great defensive play. And then a rocket shot to center field. Then the home run. Then the hit. So that's 5 out of 6 batters that hit the ball hard for Sturt. And the other one was a bunt.
So I think if I'm looking at, as you're going to see, Jordan Lee's going to take 2 on a wild pitch here. So if I'm looking at Charter Smith, I'm thinking I need to see some mix of speed, something different to see if we can get them off pace. Moving.
Yeah, that's the first one that we've seen get away from either pitcher tonight. Charter Smith just checking her footing there, maybe with their cleats. Or waiting for a ball to get scuffed up a little. Maybe that's one of the new balls. We did get those 2 balls out of the foul ball fence area, and just looking for a new ball. Yep.
How does the at-bat change here now? It's full count. There is a runner on second. So the safeguard insurance run is in scoring position.
Yeah, you're up to 7, 8, 9 here. So Charter Smith really needs to go straight at the hitter. She does not want to give up any free passes to 7, 8, or 9. That was commentator's curse, sorry.
Base on balls, Lauren Jury up to first runners at 1 and 2 for Abby Weir. Now, Abby has been a state representative the last few years, so capable batter, I think maybe in her 3rd Premier League season. First pitch swinging, the ball goes up. Trouble, but nice take from Tonkinson. Read it really well, takes the catch, keeps the runners on base, so runners still at 1 and 2. In fact, infield fly called. Batter was automatically out. There's 2 out for the 9-hitter. Go back to the lead-off of this inning. Matty Cameron put a charge into one that was caught a step off the fence from Reagan Diaz, running back with the flight, knowing the fence was pretty close. Then Wilson absolutely drove one deep left field. Now runners at 1 and 2 for the Falcons. The 9-hitter, Norm Morris, who has a base on balls in this game already.
Yeah, if Seacombe can get out of this, though, they're almost lucky the way this has transpired to just give up the 1 run. You're almost okay with that. You kind of limit damage rather than let something compound. However, if Norm Morris can just get on base here, or it just means that something not so great's happening for Seacombe, right? It's either going to be bases loaded with Sarah Tonkin up or run in Sarah Tonkin up.
Well, it's been the defense getting their team out of innings every inning so far. As I look at the scorecard, both teams leaving runners on base. Nice pitch from Charter Smith to even up the count. Double plays, relays. Amazing softball tonight here at West Beach. Still half an hour to go. Strap in as the defense does it again. Charter Smith racks up her 5th strikeout of the game to deny the Falcons another run. But they did score. They broke the deadlock, the 1-all deadlock, thanks to an Ashlyn Wilson home run.
Yeah, Ashlyn Wilson putting her name in the hat for the Carve Eyewear Player of the Game. And she would also not only get those sunglasses, but get the voucher to Sporty's Bar at the Arkaba Hotel. Big thanks for Carve for stepping up as a broadcast partner for the season. They deliver first-class performance for athletes chasing their best game. They're engineered with precision and built for the toughest of challenges. Carve sunglasses feature UV protection, impact-resistant lenses, and anti-glare technology. They're perfect for Australia's softball players. Stay sharp, stay protected, and see the difference with Carve. Visit carve.com.au to get the full range and suite of those Carve eyewear performance range.
Again, thanks to the sponsors, we are going into the home half of the 4th inning. Plenty of people watching online as well. I know we don't do it as often, but Sue Norris is also in Canberra. She's not at the Masters. She's on school camp. She's the statistician for the Falcons, 2-time Gillies Shield winning scorer. Plenty of support coming on as well. So hello to everyone who's watching, and an explanation of karaoke. You have to go back and watch the replay of the first game, I reckon. Mel McGee gave us the explanation.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the official explanation is.
Kathy Karagich always used to hit in to the 5-6 hole, and so she got the nickname of Karaoke Kathy. And so forever and a day it was known, well, not forever and a day, like it's only known to a few as the karaoke, but...
Oh, I've always known it as a karaoke, but I don't know why.
There you go, Karaoke Kathy. Ground ball back to Norm Morris for the first out, and I have to turn my scorecard over. That was Sasha Mutzi.
How good has Norm Morris been? I mean, you take a look at that first inning where there was a walk. The defense threw it around a little bit. They went down, young pitcher in the circle, down 1-0. Since then, she had faced 4 batters, just 1 over the minimum in the second. Did the same thing in the third and just kind of been living on ground balls, 6-3, 6-3, and 5-3, and now gets another one here.
First pitch swing, line drive. Rachel Tonkin takes it going up the middle on the backhand side, and the defense standing up yet again. This has been a brilliant game to watch.
Trust the defense, right?
Nice play for 2 quick outs. But to answer your question, Nor Morris has carried this load and kept her team in this game. She's contributed as well. She got a walk earlier. Defensively, she's made a play.
I think also big shout out there to Sarah behind the dish. She's spent many seasons behind the dish, catching to some pretty impressive pitches. Nor's still coming up. She's still only young. Like, she's only new to the Premier League. She's done such a good job, but a lot of that would be the leadership that someone like Sarah's showing. You see she moves around a lot as she gets that one swinging. You see Sarah moves around a lot. Sometimes that's really helpful for a younger pitcher to see that visual target, and you know that Sarah's going to be really encouraging, keeping Nor focusing on like the smaller things that she can control. She's not going to let her think about too much else that's out of her control.
Tash Mays, who was the player to come in for Cameron, gets aboard with a single. So 7, 8, 9 get it done. Well, that's 3 hits for Seacombe out of batters 8 and 9, Eric.
Soft contact, though, so you're okay with that. You know. As a pitcher, you're front that. You're not hanging your head too much on that, are you?
No.
Still a hit.
Yeah,
Still a hit.
mean, yeah.
There's 2 out, and Tonkinson up to bat. She hit a double, and that was the play, wasn't it? It was a double out to the centre right alley. Jordan Lee picked it up, threw it into the cutoff player, Olympian Belinda White, and she threw to Sarah Tonkin at the plate for the tag. And timeout has been called. We are going to check something.
Was that the wrong batter?
Maybe it's the re-entry.
Oh.
I'm guessing if she was the
That was the note
concussion.
I had.
Has it been 2 innings since that? And there was no further...
It was 2 innings ago.
So Toby
It's on the move.
walking over we'll get the ruling. The drum roll, please.
Just as we wait, as the umpires and scorers sort this out for us, we can see Belinda White having a chat to, I would say, injured Falcon in Riley Moore. She'll definitely add to the Falcons lineup when she comes back from injury. Tash Straps is just out injured at the moment as well, so plenty of talent to still come back in the lineup for the Falcons this year. Tigers also have Neely Peterson, national champion, to come into the lineup.
Well, while we're sorting that out, I do hope for Tash's sake that they get to count that as a hit. That's only her second at-bat I can see on the league this season.
Oh, gosh.
So I really hope she gets to keep that. Not sure if she's played a lot of A-grade, like Premier League before either, so that's quite a handy little hit for her.
She was one of the ones helping out before the game, Reagan, to make sure that the field's ready to go. And
looking like she's going to stay there. Looks like there might have been a little bit of miscommunication somewhere, but
I think it was a clerical error.
It's all resolved. No issues.
good.
Congratulations, Tash, on your hit.
You know
Yeah,
what?
big.
The game deserves it not to be won on a technicality, does it? It's both teams have been absolutely sensational tonight. Let's play ball. Here's Georgia Tonkinson.
Young players a few weeks in a row stepping up. Tash Mays obviously coming in, going opposite field, and then you have Nor Morris in the circle right now with a pretty gutsy effort. I mean, her team's 0-2, and you don't have Ollie Durham and Jade Peterson not in the lineup either.
Nice hit from Tonkinson. It goes foul.
It's a gutsy effort from a few players.
Those that are wondering, that was Hannah Cameron in the background there, so she's perhaps just taken out of the game here, but she looks like she's okay. There she is in the background of that shot. So
And she's smiling.
yeah, best wishes to her. Just trying to pepper the outside. Tonkinson not fishing. Nice pitch. Wow. Will get her second strikeout. Nor Morris has gone 4 innings, 2 strikeouts. It was her first batter. It was her, well, so far her last batter, but yeah, it was a key strikeout as they were about to turn it back over to the top of the order, and Reagan Diaz
and Sturt break the curse of the 4th inning.
Yeah, they hit a home run in the 4th inning. They shut it down in the 4th inning.
Yeah, it's now their inning.
It's over.
It's their time
to shine.
It's their time.
They've flipped the script.
Paid their dues.
Something happens every time Sturt plays in the 4th inning, though. That trend continues.
That's for sure.
But they've kind of flipped it a little bit. But, yeah, we'll go to the 5th. There's about 20 minutes left until there is no new innings. And we're going to have some more changes. No, I think it's just saying that Tash Mays is going to stay in the game.
So she should with a hit like that.
Yeah. So that's now just become a substitution. Fun times in the scores.
However, I hope that Hannah is all right after that big clash that she did have at home plate. So hopefully it's all just being
precautionary.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. I couldn't think of it.
Well, the good news is you did see her in that shot before, and she was sitting in the dugout. She was smiling, laughing, having a bit of a chat. So that's at least a positive sign. You have to be careful with this. So
I think this is going to be a really important inning for both Charter Smith and for Sturt. Sturt had a lot of momentum in that last inning. Now starting again with Tonkin in the leadoff position. Had a hit in the karaoke a couple innings ago.
5th inning, top of the 5th inning. Both teams have gone through the lineup twice.
Yeah.
With Diaz due up first for the home team. Here's a look at the replay.
It wasn't even the knob, it was the bat. I thought it was the knob.
We were kind of saying how these teams were mirroring each other, right? You know, you've had the sacrifice bunts, the great defensive plays. You've had runners advance on an error. You've had aggressive base running in general. The only difference right now is that big Ashlyn Morris home run.
Or Wilson.
Ashlyn Wilson even, yeah. I'm just combining Morris and Wilson.
Ground ball to Mutsi, who has to throw on the run. Bounces before Havis, but I think Tonkin may have beat it out. So a lead-off single, second hit of the game for Tonkin. Let's have a look at the MC Sportswear replay.
That ball really died. She hit it at the end of the bat, but Tonkin is so speedy. She just hustled her way up the line. I'm guessing that's going to be scored a hit.
Yeah, she was there before the throw, or before the ball.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure.
Second hit for
Close,
Tonkin.
yeah.
Bunt. It's popped up, and Mossman just took her eye off it and then had to correct herself. A life for Tonkin. Replay showing it. Just lost it, actually. So it didn't take her eye off. She just lost it there. But hell of an effort by Mossman.
Be interested to see if Sarah aggressively tries to take a base here.
I mean, this is sort of the game for Sturt if they want to keep adding on to their tally here. I don't know that Belle White and Maddie Cameron will get another opportunity at the plate in this game. It's possible, but we're kind of running out of time and just they're at the top of the lineup. So if Sturt want to add a crucial safeguard insurance run, then they need to get moving.
High gets away. Tonkin will turn aggressively at 2, but nothing doing. And there is a runner now in scoring position for batters 2, 3, and 4. Rachel Tonkin aboard from a walk, laid down the textbook bunt in the 3rd. So 3rd appearance tonight. She's behind the count 1-2 in a 2-1 game. Just hits the rise ball up the middle. Throw comes in quickly from Diaz. Mossman has to block it. Tonkin takes a free base on the throw. So the two Tonkins at 2 and 3. Alliteration going on there.
Yeah, Rachel does such a good job there. Like we've been saying, Charter Smith's been throwing that rise ball. Sturt coming through that 3rd time through the lineup. They've really just adjusted. She's stayed on top of the ball. She's almost hit her sister at second base. Sarah's done a good job to get away from the ball, but shown Diaz the respect in that she probably deserves in centre field and holding up at 3. Also, why would you risk it when you've got Belle and Maddie on deck?
And a lead.
And a lead. Well, yeah.
Well,
This could be...
1-run lead, I guess, would be the key there, too, right now.
This could be a massive moment in the game for the Falcons offensively, or a massive moment in the game defensively here for the Tigers. Defensives held up so far tonight. It was a double play last time Belinda White was in the box. Squeeze bunt. Charter Smith defends and slides in safely. Tonkin. White's going to take a free base. Runners will stay at 2 and 3 with that run scoring, so they'll stretch the lead out. Here's the MC Sportswear replay.
Definitely safe. Great. As of defensively fielding, there's not much else they could do about that. Bell's just placed that so well. Sarah's taken off as soon as the pitch come out. Good slider. Maybe that the toss for the pitcher was a little bit high. Maybe if the toss was a little bit slower, because you see Mossman sort of had to bring it down to tag her.
That catch him off guard a little bit?
Yeah, long ball again for Cameron. It's her second deep one off the night, but it's caught again by Diaz. The throw has to come in quick, smart. It goes to 3. Probably the right play, but a sacrifice fly for Maddie Cameron. Second run of the inning, 4th run of the game, and they stretch their lead out to 3.
A lot here has happened in not many pitches.
Yep.
I think that was first pitch, Bell, first pitch, Maddie. They've absolutely gone for it. And now we've got the home run hitter coming up. Runners on 3 with none out.
I kind of like it, though. I mean, those are the 2 most powerful hitters that you kind of think of in this competition over the last decade of these live streams in Belle White and Maddie Cameron. And they're just shows you can score runs and manufacture them in different ways, right? Belle White drops down the bunt. Maddie Cameron, she took that for a ride to the deepest part of the park, but it was at the end of the day. It gets scored a sacrifice fly, sacrifice the out, score the run. Bit of small ball for the 2 biggest swingers in the Sturt lineup.
Well, between Belle and Maddie, I don't think technically either of them have a hit on the day.
No.
But they've also, but they've both hit the ball real hard.
And played some big defense.
Yeah, which is also a good testament to Charter Smith's pitching.
Yeah. Go back to Belle White's squeeze bunt. It was out of the zone as well. So she knew that she had to get bat on ball. It was high and out of the zone. Gets it into play. Scores the run. Takes an extra base with the aggressive base running as well. Now she stands on 3. Pick-off attempt by Mossman, keeping her honest.
Also, seeing Belle is coaching, playing, we've got Riley over there at 3rd. I did wonder where the squeeze bunt came from, because obviously your runner at 3rd has to be... You all have to be on the same page.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that squeeze bunt came from Riley, or if it came from Belle in the box, maybe giving Sarah a signal. Maybe we'll go back and investigate that.
Wilson fouls this one off, and it's been lightning in this inning. A single to Sarah Tonkin, a single to centre field for Rachel Tonkin. First pitch squeeze bunt from Belinda White, scoring a run. First pitch sacrifice fly for Maddie Cameron. 2 runs have scored. Wilson in a 2-2 count. We haven't even talked about her home run. Ground ball to shortstop. Mutsi plays home. Belinda White does not slide. The tag is made. Good defence from the Tigers. They're still in this game.
I think it looked like Belle wanted to dive head first then, but kind of got her feet cupped. I think the best play would have been for her to slide sort of as a fadeaway, but...
Great play.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play by Georgia. See here on the replay, you can see, I think she's getting ready to...
Stumbled.
Yeah.
Jordan Lee up to bat. She has a single and a sacrifice bunt in this game already. Some good contributions, and let's not forget, she fielded that ball in right field at the start of that relay play.
Yeah, there's a lot of big moments here, isn't there?
It's going to be a tough choice for the play of the game, powered by Easton.
Well, so far for me, Brie Lint's inning-ending double play with the line drive from Belinda White has to be up there.
Well, here's the other thing.
The home run maybe from Wilson if she doesn't get the...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you
game.
give Wilson the play of the game, maybe look at Tonkin, who's 2 for 3, run scored and she's caught a stellar game. Or you look at Morris, who's pitching lights out for Sturt too.
Yeah, there's still another inning she's got to pitch, but if you take a look at Morris and consider the context that you have no Jade Peterson, you've got no Ollie Durham, and you're kind of asked, maybe when you weren't expecting to start tonight, Ollie Durham's sick today, so it's not, that would have been the scheduled starter, and all of a sudden you have to come in here, your team is 0-2. If you lose to Seacombe go to 6 points, and you are on 0 points, and you're kind of dug yourself in a hole. Sturt it's not a must-win, but it's one that you kind of want to win.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a must-win, isn't it? You've got to get your season started at some point, and you'd rather it as early as possible. A little bit unlucky with both of their games. They scored in both games. Against Hills Heat, they dropped that one 5-2, and they were actually in front against Walkerville, but dropped that one 6-1. Great shot from Lee. It went like a rifle shot as the ball's returned to the infield before she even reaches first, but that's her second hit of the game. Add to that sacrifice button, add to that play out in the outfield. Here's a look at the MC Sportswear replay.
First game of the season, I think, for Jordan Lee, too. But these games should be, these runs are pretty important still for Sturt here. I mean, it's 4-1. This is gettable, right? Seacombe have won 2 games by scoring runs in bunches in one defining inning. And
first pitch swing goes foul for Jury. Yeah, I like Lee. Jordan Lee has been a state representative through all the junior grades, even played the under-23s a couple of years back as well. So can put the ball into play, Jordan Lee. Maybe overlooked because of the star power of this Falcons lineup, but definitely contributed tonight.
I have a funny feeling that Sturt are going to need another run here. I feel like there's another twist coming. Third time through, top of the lineup, and Seacombe can score in bunches. Like, you just feel like, and they love, Seacombe have, how many dramatic late game heroics did they have last season? They're doing it again this year. It's probably going to be the last inning. Maybe. It's getting kind of that time.
We'll check the time, yeah.
If they score runs, it's certainly going to be the last inning, right? But that's a big strikeout there to end the damage.
6th strikeout for Charter Smith, and it does end the damage. It included 4 hits in the inning and a strikeout to end it all. Nice play from Sasha Mutzi at the plate to get Belinda Wyatt. Sacrifice fly that was caught by Diaz, and then that strike out. The 6th for the game for Charter Smith.
Well, just in case this is the last innings break we have, a big thanks to all of our broadcast partners once again. There'll be more softball action on Wednesdays throughout the season. Safeguard Insurance Brokers with Sturt, big thank you to you. And Carve, a massive thank you for Seacombe. If you are just joining us and coming in for the last 10 minutes or so for that closing effort on your Wednesday night, Seacombe started this game off where it kind of felt like early it was going to be one of those games for Sturt. They threw the ball around in a little bit in the infield. Seacombe scored early. They were up 1-0. Things were looking pretty good. And then Norm Morris in the circle really settled down. He hadn't allowed more than one base runner in any of the innings so far. Seacombe have kind of struggled to get things going in the second time through the lineup, and it's allowed their offense to take flight the second time through. Ashlyn Wilson had a big single, and she scored to tie the game at 1. She had the home run, solo shot in the 4th to make it 2-1. And just good team batting, putting the ball in play, sacrifice spun, squeeze play, sack flies, a little bit of everything to make it a 4-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And if Seacombe go down quickly, we could have another inning. If they get some runners on and some pressure, this likely could be it. So we're kind of in the middle, and that will be the end of the day in the circle for Norm Morris.
This is the left-handed Caitlin Burks. For those that have followed the Premier League for a while now, Caitlin Tobin, a premiership pitcher with the Falcons before the era of dominance of Monica Perry. They actually won 4 in a row. Perry won the last 3 of those 4, and it was Caitlin Tobin, now Caitlin Burks, who won the first one. So the lefty with some Premier League experience. He also won a C-grade medal a couple of years ago as well.
Now, would this decision just be because third time through the lineup?
Yeah, I don't hate this move at all by Sturt. Nor's done a fantastic job keeping the Seacombe hitters at bay, but third time through the lineup, hitters start to see the ball a bit more. You've got someone like Tobin, Caitlin in your back pocket. None of these hitters would have seen her in a long time.
Lefty pitching into the right-hander as well, hit by pitch. She's the lead-off on base, and that's probably the batter you don't want to see, but they do have 3 runs to play with here, don't they?
Yeah, Sturt will be playing straight up softball here. They just want to get outs. Double plays are fantastic, but at the end of the day, they can afford to give up 1 or 2 runs. They're looking to get 3 outs before Seacombe can score 3 runs, essentially.
Simple formula. Seacombe, the other pathway here is they go down quickly, and then another inning starts, and they will get another opportunity.
I don't think Seacombe are going to want to go down quickly because this is the
You
meat of their
do not
lineup.
want to at all. They'd be thinking right now, walk it off.
This is it. This is what they're looking for.
First pitch bunt attempt from Rigby goes foul.
Interesting.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. We haven't seen much of them.
Lefties.
Burks has been pitching mainly in C grade, although, like you said, she's got a pretty esteemed A grade track record, but she's been there. Sturt's kind of go-to woman in the circle in C grade.
Just trying to think. Courtney May, lefty.
Last lefties we've had.
Sure,
Last year we had Emily Price. She was lefty, wasn't she?
She
Emily
was,
Price,
Emily
yeah.
Price, yeah.
Gee, she could swing the bat as well.
Oh, my
She was,
goodness.
Reserve pitcher in the team of the year last year. Nice pitch, and Burks gets her first out. So, interesting start from the veteran. Hit by pitch and a strikeout. MC Sportswear replay.
You can see that lefty sort of spin that she brings in. That ball just cuts away from the lefty into the right-handed hitter. So she had a lot of success there in the left-handed hitter. It'll be interesting to see what she can do with the remainder of the right-handed hitters after she did unfortunately just nip Regan as she goes to 2. Tonks comes up throwing and they just miss her. What a great throw by Sarah. Can't wait to see this one on the replay.
Yeah, White tried to sell it. Umpire Ian Gray pointed it out that may have missed the tag. She knows that it's soft there. Great fade away.
Just got her hands in, didn't she? Great call, great throw, great base
Great
running,
slide.
great softball one, that one, I think.
Lynn
Big swing
has
there.
a big swing. Yeah.
She had what looked like it was going to be the defining play of the game back in the 3rd inning. It was Belle White that laced a ball in her direction at 3rd with 2 runners in scoring position. Can she come through with another moment here, Breland?
Just pop up to shortstop, and Belinda White's going to take that catch for the second out. The leadoff hitter stands at second. Nothing she can do about it. Does bring up the 4-hitter and the RBI hitter for this Tigers lineup. And you spoke about that earlier, Eric, how they had some big comebacks last year. A lot of them off the bat of this player.
I think it was huge that Burks got 2 of those first 3 batters that came up and didn't let Becky Havas come to the plate representing the tying run. She's someone that can tie the game with one swing of the bat. Now the worst case scenario here is it's 4-3 and the bases are clear. So a bit more relaxing if you're a Sturt supporter, I suppose.
Absolutely. Becky's always good for a long ball, and you can see the outfielder pretty deep on her too. You do not want to give up extra bases here. She gets a hit to the outfield, they score a run, that's fine, but you want to cut off any extra bases straight away.
Off-pace pitch from Burks to go ahead of the count 0-2. So Havas needing to dig deep, but if the out is made this pitch, we'll probably go another inning.
It could do.
High for a ball.
And I think we might see some strategic timeout right on that cue.
Timeout called from the first base dugout. You probably want that from the defensive team that are up
9:24,
by 3.
by the way.
Well,
No new innings after 9:25, and you can see the laugh. I think that's exactly what that conversation is. You can see it in Belle's expressions in that. There's way too much laughter going on here for a little bit of a strategic chat.
Well, this is going to go against the Tigers right here and right now, which means that Havas will either need to put one into play here or get out quick smart. I think she's got about 30 seconds, which means that we've really got to turn our attention to the play of the game powered by Eastern Australia and, of course, the carved player of the game. So
The Riley Moore timeout in the top bottom of the 5th inning.
Not the Toby Sadler, not the ball in the net. Yeah, it's a tough one.
1-2 count. Low for a ball.
Wonder if they told her to throw a ball.
Yeah.
Because 1 ball, 2 strikes. But you know what? I'm a big fan of don't mess with the softball gods. Just play the game, and the game will work out. And the coaches can do all the thinking.
You can get burned by softball gods in a hurry.
Absolutely. Just play the game.
Low again for a ball.
Yeah, because look what happens if you walk her and then someone comes up and
runs
hits the
at
ball.
the plate.
I don't know. Just play the game.
Is the rule less than 5 minutes? Because there's still technically 5 minutes still to go.
Well, it's now 4 minutes and 59 seconds, James, which is less than 5.
Well, it will be interesting.
Full count, 2 out.
Well, the question is did this game start right at 8 o'clock, or was it like an 8:01 or 8:02 start? 8:01. We're getting the 8:01 start. My God.
Can they do another timeout? They'd have to make a pitching change.
Unless it comes from someone on the field.
My goodness. So there's still maybe this one pitch. They have to either get on or get out for Seacombe to have a chance in this game.
Home half of the 5th. Runner on to payoff pitch for Havas, who puts a charge into one. It looks like Cameron's got this one covered, takes the catch.
And now
we look towards home plate umpire Sadler, who hands the ball over to Reagan Diaz, and that is the ball game. Sturt Falcons win this one. It was an amazing game. It's their first win of the year, Steph. As we lose Eric to go and make the post-game presentations, we have the Eastern play of the game, powered by Eastern Australia. A $50 voucher going to that player, and of course,
who are we going
the Carve player of the game, who are going to pick up a magnificent set of sunnies, a voucher to the Arca. Let's go. I've got to go with Ashlyn Wilson's
go with Ling
home
too.
run.
For the play?
For the player.
And the player, do we go Nor Morris? Well, it was one run.
Part of me wants to go Ling and Ling, but there's so many great performances from both teams, to be honest.
Player of the game, I'm going to go Wilson. Play of the game, you could go to the double play for Bree Lint. You could go to Jordan Lee, who contributed pretty well. Eric, I'm going to leave it with you. Maybe the player of the game could be Tonkin. You said it before, Steph, or Nor. Do you want to go Nor?
I think Nor for play of the game.
Nor.
Given the situation, we got to give it to
game.
the pitcher. Play of the game goes to Wilson. We're going to go down there right now. I'm going to grab the mic.
Well, that was the first win of the season for the Sturt Falcons. They were sitting 0-2 with just the 3 runs scored so far in the season. They win that one 4-1, and they will stay in 5th place because we've got a jam at the top of the table. 4 points Heat, 4 points Tigers, 4 points Eagles, 4 points Cats, and then Sturt come to the party for their first win and 2 points. We're going to cross over to our man Eric Bolnar with the player of the game. Thanks to
I'm going to go in the middle of you guys here. Yeah, here we go. We're going to get all sorted out down here. Now, we've got 2 players down here. We've got Nor Morris. We've got Ashlyn Wilson. Now, we've got the player of the game, which is powered by Carve. And you're going to have to help me out this because this is you, Nor Morris, for your excellent work in the circle, allowing 1 run. Game you needed to win. So you've got yourself a nice pair of Carve Sunnies.
Eric's not
wearing the voucher as well. Look, we can put them on together. You ready? Does it look good? Glasses on glasses? Is that the look right there? Now you got to do the rest of the interview with those on as well. And the play of the game goes to powered by Easton. I mean, that was rocketed over the left field wall. It was the game-winning home run. It turns out to be the run there. This one goes to you as well. It's the Easton play of the game. It's a $50 voucher. You also get a food voucher at Sporty. So big win for Sturt. We'll start with you. Now, when did you find out you were starting this game today?
I think earlier today, so that was a bit nerve-wracking, but yeah. I thought Ollie was going to be here as well, but she was sick, which sucks for her, but yeah, and then I think a couple hours before she didn't come, so I was like, oh, perfect, but yeah, bit nervous, but...
Was it kind of a hard day, too, knowing that the field was drenched this morning, right? You didn't know if you were playing. You didn't know if you're not. Everyone was trying to do it. You didn't know if you were starting. You didn't know what role it was. So how did you stay focused on what was the task at hand, and what was kind of a game that you needed to win today to avoid that 0-3 start?
I think just knowing that, like, the whole field was going to back me up, like, knowing Sarah was at the plate, like, who's an amazing catcher, and, yeah, just having the whole field behind me, yeah.
And Ashlyn, can you walk me through that home run that you had? Now you would have played with Alyssa a few times too, so I'm sure that one would have been a nice little notch as well.
Yeah, got to get up there and smile at the pitcher straight away to let her know that I'm in the box. So yeah, it's great facing her and love playing with her back in WA as well.
And how have you found your experience so far in South Australia and in the Premier League?
Oh, it's just been fantastic. Like the Sturt girls have really taken me in, as one of their own. It's just a great group of girls to play with.
Give me something about Port Pirie here. I hear you're doing some work up there.
Yeah, so I've been appointed as the game development officer up there, just short-term role, but just setting up as many clinics and getting into the schools, trying to grow softball in regional South Australia.
And as for Sturt, you think this win can help propel maybe a bit of momentum going forward?
No, I think definitely. I think we're all really happy with that. So.
Well, two big players making big plays during the game today. Our carve performer of the game. Look, I'll even try to put them on again with my I can't even do it. You want to wear these on the side? We'll do it. You can wear them. You can't keep them. That only goes to the player of the game. But you get your play of the game as well. Thank you very much for tuning in on another night of softball action. Thanks to Safeguard Insurance and Carve, our broadcast partners for the day. Thanks to you, Steph. Thanks to you, James. We'll catch you next week.